can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go From Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour Show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour Show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Starr Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Starr Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Prum Prum Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Get it on PM to 8:30 PM live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agent, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
Tune in to On Point here on Star Radio UK with Empress Regina every Monday at 5 p.m. GMT. Looking forward to your company.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenated, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
Hi everyone, it's your girl BB Clement, the author of How to Go from Employee to Entrepreneur and the host of your weekly business show, BB Means Business, the show where we discuss everything you ever wanted to know about business but you were afraid to ask. How do I start my business? How do I raise the finance? How do I grow my business? Where am I going to find my customers? Join me every Tuesday at 1:30 p.m. on Star Radio UK to get all the information and tips that you need to become a successful entrepreneur and become financially free. Remember, don't let life dictate to you. Rather, put your signature on life.
Are you looking for the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy door-to-door shipment company? Well, look no further. When was the last time your family received a shipment back in Ghana on time and in time? You are not sure? Well, Lamb Shippers, we pride ourselves with being the fastest, reliable, and trustworthy shippers you can use. You are assured of a prompt pickup anywhere in the UK by our personnel. They also make sure your items are well packaged to get to its destination in time. When it comes to door-to-door shipment, look no further. Well, Lamb Shippers, contact us on 07939009321 or 07498911820. Or you can visit our website www.welllamp.co.uk. You can also drop us a mail, info@welllamp@gmail.com. Well Lamp Shippers, fast, reliable, and trustworthy.
Hi there. Are you dreaming of owning your own house in Ghana? Then you will need a well-documented piece of land that is free from troubles. I highly recommend My Africa Property for any size of land that you will need. With My Africa Property, lands are available in Pram, Sopoli, Tohenia, Ogome, Dodova, Winneba, and many other locations at affordable prices. These locations are about an hour away from the airport, only 35 minutes from the motorway, 10 minutes drive from Central University College, 10 minutes drive to the beach, and close to Pram Senior High School and Ghana Men's Soccer Center of Excellence. For more details, visit our website www.myafricaproperty.com or call our UK office on 0208 123 2523. For our US and Canada offices, call us on +1 585 184 994145. You can also email us at ghana@myafricaproperty.com.
Getting onto the property ladder has never been easy until now. Join us this and every Thursday from 7 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. live on the Property Hour show on Starr Radio UK, where we talk to mortgage brokers, property developers, estate agents, landlord, tenant, property consultants on how to invest or get into the property business and make money. You can't afford to miss this. The Property Hour show is your best source into the property industry.
The best radio show. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
Hi there, this is CJ Buckleman, your life coach. And whenever I'm in London, I listen to Star Radio UK right here. But guess what? You can listen to wherever you are.
Body is your man. Bekutu, show them you got the cocoa set. Ladies and gentlemen, it's your boy Harry Song, aka Mr. Songs. This is the Kingmaker Baba for the girls. We're here. This is Star Radio. Don't go nowhere. UK, London. We they call them London for home. For here, we they call them London. And I sabi you know, just have fun and stay blessed.
All around the world. In your car,
At work,
at home.
on your smartphone.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Are you ready to turn it up?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Birds flying high, you know how I feel. Sun in the sky, you know how I feel. Breeze drifting on by, you know how I feel. It's a new dawn, it's a new day, it's a new life for me. And I'm feeling good. Hey there, this is Archie, and it is Star Radio UK and the morning show.
This is Starr Radio. This is
UK.
Starr Radio
UK.
This is Starr Radio
UK.
Welcome. Broadcasting worldwide, online 24/7.
Enlighten your day with Star Radio. Star Radio. Radio for the people, by the people.
Hello, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you wherever you might be on planet Earth, and those of you on other planets as well. We want to welcome you to the Star Radio UK Wednesday edition of the morning show. A very hot day in London. If you are listening to us, if you are in London, we want to salute each and every one of you, and we want to welcome you. Let me say good morning to my able producer, Mr. Francis Guy, Mr. Dan Tebri, CEO of JL Accountancy Services. I salute you, sir. Mrs. Evelyn Tebri, yeah. And my girls, Ajwa, Abna, Israel, and Asida. I salute you all. I hope you're all doing very, very well as well. And let me say, massive good morning also to the one and only, and so the reigning champion. Who is that? Should I tell you more? Yes. Bishop Adesina, massive good morning to you. Anthony Adedeji, good morning. Pastor Emmanuel Chidi, good morning to you as well. Pastor Momo, good morning. Just so you know, hey. I hope you are doing very, very well as well. Coach Odi, all the way in Ghana, good morning. Felix, good morning to you. Mr. Frank Davis, good morning to you. Let me say good morning to Mr. Olayomi Koiki. Yummy, I hope you are doing very, very well. But all in all, if I've not mentioned your name, I love you to bits and welcome on board. It is the Friday, what did I say? It's the Wednesday, the 26th day of June 2024, with the time now exactly at 10 minutes to the top of the hour, the Wednesday edition of the program. And by way of program outline, this is what is going to go. I'm going to bring you the quote for the day, the weather forecast will follow suit, then the travel update. We'll move from there to have a look at some of the stories making the round. That is known as global trotting. Then after that, we'll look into details of all the stories. Of course, the program will not be void of music. I'm going to bring a couple of music there as well. And then at a quarter to 12, the lines are open for you to add your voice to the discussion. At 12 o'clock, the curtains are brought down for the end of the program. So in Nigeria, that's what's going to happen today. But wherever you are, once again, I say welcome on this hot scorching day here in London. So let's kick off. I remain yours sincerely, though.
This is the morning show with Archie.
All right, so now you know. Now, success requires 100% concentration on the part of the one who desires to be successful. 100% concentration. If you want to be successful, you 100%. Forget about the others. You put 100% in, and you will see how you rake it in. All right, then. Well, at least you put your best foot forward. So if anything to fall together, it falls together nicely for you, rather than success killing you or having something that you have actually not prepared for and that's killing you. You don't want that, do you? Okay. So now let's move on to the weather front. As I did say, it's nice and wonderful weather here in the UK. Those of you who like the hot weather, I hope that you enjoyed it. Those of you who hate it with gusto, yeah, we also don't like it. We know that how hot it becomes in the night, that you'll be turning and tossing throughout the night. But whatever it is, let's say good morning. And this is the weather, the forecast of the weather for you. Now this afternoon will be very warm and humid with long sunny spells and a few patches of cloud around, staying dry. This evening we'll see some late sunshine. Tonight we'll then see clear spells and patchy cloud, although there may be a few patches of mist and fog. A warm and muggy night as well. Again, the top temperature is going to be 29 degrees, the lower is going to be 17 degrees. Pollen level is going to be very high, UV level high, and pollution moderate. Sunset 21, 22, and sunrise for tomorrow morning 04, 45 hours. And that brings us to the end of the weather forecast. Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Let me take you straight to your travels wherever you might be. Keep your eyes on the roads, and keep navigating. Let me say good morning to Mr. Dave West. Dave, I hope you are doing very well, and your lovely wife Jenny. I hope you are all doing good. So on the underground this morning, that's on your travels, as we say, keep your eyes on the roads, as we keep you navigated, our promise, our bond. On the underground this morning, yes. Okay, all right. On the underground this morning, the central line has got some minor delays, and let me bring you details of that. Well, minor delays between Leytonstone and Hainault due to train cancellations. Good service on the rest of the line though. And then when it comes to the Jubilee line, we have minor delays due to a shortage of trains there as well. The Metropolitan line is suffering or experiencing severe delays, and this is due to between Moore Park and Amersham Chesham, whilst they fix a signal failure at Rickmansworth. A good service on the rest of the line. That aside, all the other underground lines are running a good service. London Overground, DLR, and London Tramlink, good service there. Oh, okay. DLR has got some problems. That's a minor delays just came through. Minor delays between Bank and Lewisham due to a faulty train at Cross Harbour. Now, good service on all other routes. That takes us straight to the major roads in London, where we have several delays pertaining on Central London Red routes and North Circular A406. That aside, the others, no exceptional delays, but check before you leave, just in case. As and when there are any changes as well, keep your dials logged on it if you are logged in there, and we'll make sure to bring that to your way. Now, on the river bus is running a good service throughout there as well. And then the IFS, that is a London cable car, good service there as well. Bringing us straight to the final segment of the travel update, and as I would say, keep your eyes on the roads, keep your eyes on the road as we keep you navigating our promise, our bond. Now, cross country has got minor delays. Great Western Railway, minor delays. Island Line, minor delays. Northern Rail, minor delays. ScotRail has got special service, and Southwestern Railway, minor delays as well. That aside, all the others are running a good service, and that is where we bring the travel updates to a close for today. And as I would say, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, good dawn to you, wherever you might be on planet Earth. Enjoy your commute for today. But you know what? Continue to keep those eyes where? On the roads. Now, let's take a quick commercial, and once we come back, we continue with Global Trotting.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medase.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep.
You are listening to Star Radio Morning Show.
Welcome back to the program. This is Star Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now exactly more to 3 minutes to the top of the hour. I mean 3 minutes to 11. And let's kick off. Let me bring you what is happening from across the globe, and that is known as what? Global Trotting. So wherever you are, don't touch the dial at all as we take you Global Trotting. But we're going to kick off from where? Nigeria, as we normally will do. So we're kicking off from Nigeria this morning. Okay. Yes, so from Nigeria, well. Let me tell you what is happening there. 1,500 per dollar. That is in the naira to dollar rate. CBN governor sends message to Nigerians over naira depreciation. So what is he expecting them to do? Is it that they are going to increase taxes, or they are going to increase interest rates there? Okay, minimum wage, long wait for labor as the FEC steps down memo. Now we're going to be looking into that as well, because we know labor force, labor unions are threatening. But we'll tell you more about IMTO to sell forex on CBN window. 8 more. So we'll be telling you more about that as well. INTO. Nigeria, they like lots of abbreviations there, you know. Okay, Dangote Refinery, NMDPRA denies claim of importation of dirty fuel into Nigeria. Yes, they were going to say that, but what they are saying true or false? Why are they not supplying the Dangote Refinery with the necessary crude oil? And don't we have them doing all sorts? Well, do they check it properly? Well, now Tinubu's government approves 985 million naira for body scanners at Abuja and Lagos airports. Yesterday, when we had information that the security operators at the various airports have been stepped up. Some of the international airports have been stepped up. We were like, okay, that is good. Now they're saying that they've got proper scanners, which will help those who are traveling decently. Of course, when I say decently, you got it. So that people who, because they'll say, oh, you come from Nigeria, oh, you come from that part of the world, oh, across board, you are all the same. You get it. So if that will help, why not? Now, Tinubu Moore's Deputy Comptroller of Customs, Etop SCN, we will be telling you more about that as well. And then we've got another story that is making the rounds. PSC endorses list of successful candidates for police recruitment. Nigeria, Tinubu sets up 7-man inter-ministerial committee to oversee cholera emergency and Rivers crisis. Anti-Fubara forces enjoying federal might, Clark tells Tinubu, and we'll be looking into some of those stories. Governor Yusuf saves late Emir Bayero's family from eviction by Lagos landlord. Nimet alerts of heavy rain floods in 7 states. Those are some of the stories. Reps seek arrest of NCAT's director over $1.2 million helicopter. Okay, we will be looking at those stories. In other stories making the rounds as well, Kenya's finance bill, what it has brought about. Yesterday, information came through saying that, well, okay, let me say good morning also to Regina Anima. Yes, we are doing well, thank you. Okay, and then part of parliament burned as protesters rushed in and lawmakers fled. Bodies lay in the street, and medical workers and watchdogs said the police have fired live ammunitions at demonstrators. Well, the maze that government president needs to, parliament needs when they sit to be in session has been taken away. So there's lots of chaos going on. But I'll be telling you more about what is happening in Kenya. Kenya anti-tax protesters mad by violence. That's what the president is saying. And then Congo youth fighters join forces with army to defend SIK. And then more of the stories pertains to Kenya today. But I will be telling you more about all that as the program goes on. In other part of Africa as well, and this time around looking at Ghana. Now, Chasa Bugri is calling for a Kenya-like protest in Ghana, laments poor leadership. Well, somebody will tell you that we are getting closer to election, so why do you call for that? So that when we get to election time, we can just get them out of it. But, you know, I've been saying this all the time. Now, our politicians make sure that they impoverish the people. They come in when they want the election, wherever, because it's a business. It's a business. Listen, if I invest money in a project, I expect to make that money, unless of course I've got so much money that I want to do some charity work and therefore I can give those monies out to people. But if not, and I want your vote and I come to give you money, then you have to rest assured, you have to come to that understanding that all that I'm going to be doing is that when I get your vote, when I'm voted into power, I'm going to make sure I recoup that money that I spent on you. And that is what it brings about the cycle of corruption or whatever thing that goes on in our part of the world. So I had to find ways and means to be able to make that money. Well, but some will say that, well, whatever it is, we should just allow that to go on. But Charles Abugre is saying that, well, let's call on, let's have that side, that type of demonstrations as the Kenyans have done, gone to the Houses of Parliament, taking the maize out of there. I don't know how Parliament is going to be sitting. Part of the Parliament was on fire. The maize was taken away. We had demonstrators just hitting the floor with the maize and stuff like that. But what do you think? My apologies. Now, Kaswa Winneba Highway construction traders, traditional leaders in Awutu Budumbram demand payment of compensation. Well, they've taken that. They've taken the lands of people, but they've not compensated them, and people are so angry about that. Saklemi housing case. If you don't want to prosecute, take the case from court. Judges fire Attorney General. We have so many of these things going on, and I was saying that if Saklemi was your father's property, yeah, your father's money that was invested in that particular project, would you let it sit? Will you do anything possible to make sure that those edifices are, inhabited, or people take over them and then we have, but they are saying, oh, the drainage system and stuff like that. And again, it comes to the point where when contracts are being awarded, as to whether we scrutinize it to make sure that we are getting value for money, that is another thing. And it cuts across both political parties, the main political parties in Ghana. I don't get it. I don't actually get it. But well, lots more going to be coming your way from there. 5 Ghanaian MPs caught up in protests in Kenya. It's another story making the rounds this morning as well. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK. This is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Now, let's move on. Now, well, the Ghana High Commissioner in Kenya is warning against travel amidst unrest in that part of the world. Meanwhile, Kenya has also dispatched some of its police officers to go and do some police work where in Haiti. We'll tell you more about all that as the program goes on as well. Now, there's an allegation going on that Inusa Hussaini has got 20 Dubai real estate properties valued at a tune of $6.5 million. Well, what do you think? John Mahama remains incorruptible. Bao Montari reacts to Inusa. Okay, we'll be looking more into that as well. Who is corrupt? So the fact that I wasn't directly involved in the corruption, but people who are under me, where especially the bug stops with me, I sit and I don't comment, and then they corrupt the system. I don't think that I should be let off when we are calling names or mentioning names of corrupt people. I think I should be part of it as well. But I want to have your take on what you think about that. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Brands are $61 million versus Blade Genius $200 million. A Blackwatch summons Senate over that. So somebody was going to buy the whole project for $200 million, and then we have a minister who now came in. I'm going to give you $61 million to buy that same properties, and they said, oh, let's give it to that person. The difference, 140. Boy, I'm going to tell you more about all that in a moment. But wherever you are, don't you touch the dial. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. In other stories making the lines or the round, Julian Assange lands in Australia after leaving U.S. court a free man. The WikiLeaks founder pleaded guilty to one charge in the court in Northern Mariana Island and was allowed to walk free, because they're saying that, the time that he spent in the incarceration so far amounts to the time that if he was charged, he had gone through the court processes and everything, he would have had everything there. Yeah, so let's see. In other stories as well, a U.S. journalist is in court as spy trial starts in Russia, and Macron's election gamble puts French democracy on the table. Let's see what is going to happen there. And 13 killed. That is a Kenyan issue there. An Australia rugby star Hayne will not face new rape trial. Those are some of the stories making the rounds. VW to invest up to $5 billion in Tesla rival Rivian. Okay, so let's see. And a New York judge partially lifts Trump's gag order in hush money case. Okay, and war crimes arrest warrants issued for top Russian officials. Well, what can you do? What can you do? Well, let's see. Maybe somebody travels and they say, you know what? We are arresting the person. What do you think about all that? It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Well, Braverman still has got what 24/7 security due to threats. Threats from who? Let me say good morning to Pastor Joyce Lawson. Blofo, I hope you are doing very, very well. Those pictures of the graduation ceremony was a lovely one, and congratulations to you and Sister Martha and all you wonderful people there as well. Congratulations. I probably say, yeah. All right then. So now let's move on. Now, senior Tory says politicians shouldn't bet on politics as gambling round deepens. Work and Pension Secretary Mel Starr suggests a debate on banning politicians from betting should be considered. A man has been arrested over Westminster honey trap case, as well as some of the stories making the round there, and farmers at war with countryside crime gangs. Well, I don't know what you have to do, whether you take your gun and then shoot at people who are trying to come and rob you of your maybe some machinery or food stuff and stuff like that. I don't know what you're going to be doing. Okay. And then the final story. Czech billionaire, that's Czechoslovakia billionaire, offers to buy all Royal Mail staff shares. Would they sell it? Well, this is Starr Radio UK. For now, let's enjoy some music. And once we come back, I bring you all the details of those stories making the rounds. How many days more for the elections? Well, 8 days, because a week today, yes, a week tomorrow will be exactly election days. But do you think that the politicians or the various parties have done enough for or to convince you or to change your mind as per how you were looking at voting? Well, it is Starr Radio UK.
Enlighten your day with Starr Radio.
Let's enjoy this tune from Akosua Wusua. It says, "The impossible you do." What is he talking about? He's talking about God. Enjoy it.
Impossible you do, that is why you are Lord. The mighty things you do, that is why you are mighty. The greater things you do, that is why you are great. All the glory and honor to you.
The impossible you do, that is why you are Lord. The mighty things you do, that is why you are mighty. The greater things you do, that is why you are great. All the glory and honor to you.
The impossible you do,
the impossible you do, that is why you are Lord.
The mighty things you do, you do.
The greater things you do. That is why you are great. All the glory and honor to you.
Your name is higher than other names. Victorious in all your ways. In your name we overcome. You are Lord.
Your name is higher than other names.
Glorious.
Victorious in all your ways. In your name we overcome. You are Lord.
Impossible you do.
That is why you are Lord.
The mighty
Mighty things you do. That is why you are mighty.
greater, greater.
Greater things you do. That is why you are great.
All the glory.
All the glory and honor to you.
The impossible you do.
Impossible you do. That is why you are Lord.
The mighty things.
That is why you are mighty.
Greater things.
Greater things you do. That is why you are great.
All the glory.
All the glory and honor to you.
All the glory.
All the glory and honor to you.
All the glory.
This is Starr Radio UK.
Broadcasting worldwide online 24/7.
All the glory.
And honor to you.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR. S for star, R for radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Everywhere you go, Afrobeat reggae dancer taking over. Yo, what's up, people? This is a boy Raskin Bobo One. Tune in every day, every night at the Star Radio UK with the big man them Archie. When I say Orta, you say fire.
Welcome back to the program Star Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Bringing the time now exactly to 80 minutes past the top of the hour. Now let's go into details of all the stories that is making the rounds this morning. Now kicking off from Nigeria, where it's all happening. The governor of the Central Bank of Nigeria, Oleyemi Cardozo, has promised that the worst days of the Naira are over. That's a good one there, isn't it? Well, he disclosed in an interview that the Naira has remained relatively stable due to reforms of the CBN. Cardozo's statement came as the Naira crashed to its lowest in the official market on Tuesday, June 25, 2024, trading at 1,507.79 Naira to a dollar. He said the CBN board disclosed in an interview with Bloomberg TV that the Naira volatility will not resurface again. That is a serious prediction, right? In a quote, he said, "I do believe that we have more or less seen the worst in terms of volatility. We are also very alive to observing the way and manner in which that the market operators and ensuring that it gives the best value that can be accomplished using certain tools. According to Cardoso, the Apex Bank's various interventions claim the Naira's volatility, while stating that Nigeria's Monetary Policy Committee, that's the MPC, will do everything possible to stem inflation. The Nigeria currency had remained relatively stable in June, trading between 1,473 and 1,485 per dollar in the official market before crashing on Tuesday to June 25, 2024. The relative moderation of the Naira appeared to be a win for the reforms initiated by Bola Tinubu's government and a positive sign for the Apex Bank's interventions. Now let's see how that pans out or works out. We wish them the best, of course, because we want Nigerians to have a good, financial, stability there, so that things will work out for them. The desire by Nigerian workers for new national minimum wage to enable them cope with the present cost of living crisis is set to be delayed after the federal government announced that President Bola Tinubu will engage in further consultations before deciding on the matter. Information Minister Mohammed Idris disclosed this to State House correspondents yesterday after President Tinubu presided over the Federal Executive Council meeting at the Presidential Villa in Abuja. Idris revealed that while a report from the tripartite committee set up to resolve the issue had been submitted to the president, the complexity of the issue necessitates further discussions. The minister explained that the Federal Executive Committee had deliberated on the matter but ultimately decided to step down an immediate decision. Now, this move is aimed at ensuring that all stakeholders, including the state governments and private sector representatives, have an opportunity to provide input. He reiterated that the national minimum wage affects all levels of government and private sector, making it crucial to consider various perspectives before moving forward. He said that memo was stepped down to enable Mr. President to consult further, especially with the state governors and the organized private sector, before he makes a presentation to the National Assembly, before an executive bill is presented to the National Assembly. Now, so in the quote, he said, I want to state that on the new national minimum wage, Mr. President is going to consult further so that we can have an informed position, because the new national minimum wage, like I said, is not just an issue of the federal government. It affects state government, local government, and the organized private sector, and that is why it is called national minimum wage. It is not just an affair of the federal government. Leadership recalled that Labour had on June 3, 2024 embarked on a 2-day strike over the failure of the tripartite committee to agree on a new minimum wage and for reversal of the electricity tariff hike. However, whenever a minimum wage is agreed upon, the implementation will take effect from May 2024. So yes, they're going to get some back pay. That's what that means. But if it comes to the private sector, where because of the dollar or dollarization of the economy, everything is high, would they have that amount to be actually able to pay our workers or labor? Would they, as a private sector? Are they making enough profit? Because you're looking at the interest rates from the banks and stuff like that. So there are lots of questions on the lips of people, but let's see what happens from there. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK, your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. A couple of days ago, I think on Monday, I did talk about Dangote's attribution that they are, instead of they supplying their refinery or some of the local refineries, the private refineries, let me put it that way, with crude, they are failing to do so, but rather the organization that sees to all that, the Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority, is allowing people to import into the country finished products that have got high levels of some chemicals in there. But in reaction to that statement that Dangote made, the Dangote industry made, the Nigeria Midstream and Downstream Petroleum Regulatory Authority has denied a claim made by the leadership of Dangote Refinery that there is imported dirty fuel in the country. The authority stated that it will never encourage the importation of dirty fuel into the country and ensure that only quality petroleum products are consumed by Nigerians. Mr. Ogbuogo Okoha, Executive Director, Distribution Systems, Storage and Retailing Infrastructure, NMDPRA, made this known while speaking with newsmen after a meeting with oil marketers and local refiners on Tuesday in Abuja. The Dangote Oil Refinery and Petrochemicals had accused the authority of granting license to oil marketers to import dirty fuel into the country. The Vice President, Oil and Gas at Dangote Industries Limited, Devekuma Edwin, had accused international oil companies in Nigeria of doing everything to frustrate the survival of the Dangote refinery. Now, while addressing newsmen in Abuja, Okoha stated that the sulfur content in the fuel, even in June, was not above the lawful limit. There is no dirty fuel being brought in, and I have given you the statistics for June. What we have on the average from the imports have continued to go down from 200 parts per million on the average, and now we have it far below, that is the 50 ppm, 50 parts per million. That is provided under the law, he said. He recalled that in 2020, the ECOWAS head of states endorsed a declaration adoption of African fuel roadmap, which requires certain products to have a minimum 50 parts per million of sulfur. The executive director stated that while the treaty encouraged almost immediate enforcement of this standard on imports, it deferred enforcement for local refiners until December 31, 2024. According to him, although the enforcement time for local refineries is not yet due, the plants are complying voluntarily. Now, with the refineries, there is no need to enforce that until the end of this year, but they themselves are already taking steps to see to its also guaranteed, he said. Okoha noted that Petroleum Industry Act Section 318 also captured and upheld the ECOWAS Treaty. So, as an authority, what we have done since we came into being, we started by engendering compliance. We saw a downward trend up to 2022-2023 December, he added. Now, earlier on Monday, Nairametrics reported that the Vice President of Oil and Gas at Dangote Oil Industries Limited, Devekuma Edwin, said the indiscriminate licensing by the NMDPRA to traders is aiding the importation of dirty diesel and jet fuel into the country. According to Edwin, despite Dangote's effort to meet ECOWAS standards, the authority gives license to traders to import high sulfur petroleum from Russia into the country. He explained that since the US and UK have issued a cap on Russia's petroleum products, these products are now dumped in Nigeria markets by various traders. In spite of the fact that we are producing and bringing out diesel into the market, complying with ECOWAS regulation and standards, licenses are being issued in large quantities to traders who are buying the extremely high sulfur diesel from Russia and dumping it in the Nigerian market. That's what Edwin said. But the question is, do you think that with this statement that has been made, it will turn about or bring about a turn in the fortunes of Nigerians as a whole, and then Dangote refinery is going to be getting enough crude oil to do the refining? Well, Bishop Adesina, massive good morning to you once again. It's a Nigeria custom header slammed and died addressing Nigeria National Assembly. Oh my goodness, he was begging. Oh, he was begging for water while slumbing. It's terrible. Oh my goodness. Oh my goodness. I hope that he gets a. Did he die? Yes, he's died. Oh gosh. Is it hot weather or has the person got what do you call it? Diabetes? It could be. it's got an aligning factor because there is diabetes that causes people to be that thirsty, that desperately thirsty that way. But again, when it comes to our health industry, have we got things in place to make sure that people are able to get the necessary health assistance that they need? So let's say it's a common man in Nigeria decided to just walk into, are they going to be getting that, or unless they go find some money? So you see, but it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Bishop, thank you very much for that update. Now, Tinubu's government has approved 985 million for body scanners at Abuja. Let me bring you that one, and then we can move on to other parts of the world as well. The Federal Executive Council, presided over by President Bola Tinubu, has approved 985 million naira for the procurement of body scanners at Abuja and Lagos International Airports. The announcement was made by Lateef Fagbemi, Minister of Justice and Attorney General of the Federation, during a briefing with State House correspondents following the FEC meeting on Tuesday. Fagbemi stated that 3 items were submitted for approval, with one being the procurement of 2 units of body scanners to be used at the Abuja and Lagos International Airports for 985 million naira. Now, other approved items include the procurement of CNG powered vehicles and firearms and ammunition for the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency. Now, additionally, on June 24, the Federal Airports Authority of Nigeria inaugurated 120 officers for the aviation security, a special force aimed at securing assets and lives at the airport, he added. Now, Festus Keyamo, the Minister of Aviation, special forces aimed at securing assets. My apologies. Aviation and Aerospace Development noted that establishing the special force is part of efforts to curb touting and other illegal activities around Nigeria airports. On her part, Olubunmi Kuku, Funds Managing Director, mentioned that the newly inducted personnel will initially be deployed to 5 international airports in Lagos, Abuja, Port Harcourt, Kano, and Enugu. Well, I think when we got something like that running, it will help the nation a great deal. Also, we have Kuku also stated that the next phase will focus on coordination, highlighting an ongoing campaign to ensure that airport personnel conduct themselves acceptably and noticeably to passengers. Meanwhile, the Nigerian Immigration Service recently commenced the installation of electronic gates at the Murtala Mohammed International Airport in Lagos as part of a significant initiative to strengthen national security, streamline passenger processing, and improve the ease of business operations in the country. The e-gate project, part of a broader border control management solution, involves biometric verification through facial or iris recognition, fingerprints, or a combination of both methods. Now, upon successful verification, a gate or turnstile opens to allow passage, while failed verification or system malfunction resulted in denied access. Whoa! So if the system is malfunctioning and you get caught up in there, oh boy! So to say, what an embarrassment. But let's see. It's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. One final story. Move on from there. Now, prominent South leader Chief Edwin Clark has again written to President Bola Tinubu on the ongoing crisis in Rivers State, drawing his attention to the fact that the forces arrayed against Governor Siminalayi Fubara are allegedly being buoyed by federal might. In the letter made available to the media on Tuesday, he chronicled the threatening statements made by the Minister of Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, and directed at Governor Fubara with intention to destabilize his administration. He said it is such reliance on federal might that has encouraged the defected assemblymen to continue the claims to claim their seats, with the former local government chairman wanting to sit tight and please, preventing duly appointed local government caretakers committee from accessing their offices. The leader of the Pan-Niger Delta Forum. Pandef also told the president that from their antecedents, Wike is not a politician that can be trusted, saying, Mr. President, even though you trusted Nyesom Wike to the extent of appointing him as Minister of the FCT, you do not really know who Nyesom Wike is. He urged Tinubu, who he said as Lagos State Governor has suffered from the overbearing influence of president who tried to destabilize his administration by withholding Lagos State finances, to also understand what Fubara was going through at the hands of his predecessor in office. Ladies and gentlemen, this is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. Oh, my producer says there's one more, and let me bring that your way. The House of Representatives Committee on Public Assets on Tuesday asked security agencies to immediately arrest an alleged unlicensed auctioneer and director of quality control of the Nigeria College of Aviation Technology over the sale of 2 helicopters for $1.2 million. The committee called on the Inspector General of Police, Kayode Egbetukun, to take over the investigation of the alleged and indiscriminate sale of 2 of NCAT's helicopters. The resolution of the Committee on Public Assets came after about 5 hours of interaction with the management of the college and other relevant bodies. The chairman of the committee, Ademorin Kuye, worried that the 2 choppers bought at 2.4 million were sold at 1.2 million without due process. We requested for a list of assets including comprehensive description and specification of all your list assets, rented apartments, including acquisitions, dates, and methods, and the current status and the conditions of such assets. We cannot say specifically that you have satisfied all of these requests, though you try to answer some of them. Your response are not adequate, Kuye has said. Kuye and his colleagues also queried the use of an unlicensed auctioneer who failed to provide needed response to the inquiries. In his reaction, the coordinator, Nigeria Army Aviation, Musa Alkali, said that the request by Army to make use of the helicopters in the fight against terrorism was turned down. He demanded that the 2 helicopters should be recovered. Recovered by who? And I'll be telling you more about all that in a moment. But wherever you are, okay, thank you. Okay, let me say thank you to my bishop himself, and let me send that to Mr. Francis Guy, my able producer. Yes, okay, good one there, we got it. All right then. So a member of the committee, Midala Balami, said that the document presented to the committee were all false documents. Don't trust our leaders. I say it all the time. When they are campaigning and when they are coming to your houses or your communities to give you money, be rest assured that they need to recoup those monies that they are investing one way or the other, either by subcontracting or getting contracts or having cuts from contracts or stuff like that, or whatever thing that they need to do to make sure that they recoup those monies, or blatantly raking or siphoning some money, state funds, and putting them in their pockets to make sure that whatever money that they gave you is repaid. But I think it's getting to time where when you see any politician coming before you to say that, oh, get this money and vote for me, you take the money. So as my Ghanaian friends will say, you chop the money and you don't vote for them. Let them lose the elections. But I know people would say, you don't know, we need all those monies, because that's what our politicians always are doing, impoverishing our people so that they can now say that they give you pittance and you have to succumb to it. But it is all coming away from Star Radio UK. Well, there is chaos, serious chaos. Now, Kenya's president came to power by appealing to the common people, describing himself as a hustler and vowing relief from economic pain. However, Tuesday deadly chaos in the capital Nairobi shows how far support for him has turned. Part of parliament burned as protesters rushed in and lawmakers fled. Bodies lay in the street and medical workers and watchdogs said police had opened fire. The military was deployed. A youth-led movement had warned the government of President William Ruto's against passing a finance bill they said will add to Kenya's economic troubles. Lawmakers passed it anyway. Ruto is expected to sign it, even as a religious leader called it unwarranted. Now but here are some of the here's a look at the unrest in East Africa, most stable democracy, and the most serious assault on Kenya's government in the case. The finance bill was meant to raise or introduce taxes or fees on a range of daily items and services, including internet data, fuel, bank transfers, diapers. Some measures were stripped as anger grew. The proposals are part of the Kenya's government efforts to raise an extra $2.7 billion in domestic revenue. The government says the changes are necessary to pay interest on national debt, reduce the budget deficit, and keep the government running. Protesters see them as punitive since the high cost of living already makes it hard to get by. The 2023 finance bill signed into law by Ruto was also unpopular, featuring a tax and salaries for housing, but the anger was nothing like this. Young Kenyans have been organizing on social media, organizing peaceful and street demonstrations meant to force authorities to drop this finance bill altogether. The protests started on June 18 after the bill was made public for the first time. The protests began in Nairobi, but have spread to other parts of Kenya, including the Indian ocean city of Mombasa and even Eldoret, a town in the Rift Valley region that's been a bastion of support for the president. Kenya's political opposition stormed out of Tuesday's session in which the bill was passed. But what do you think? What do you think? What do you think? So how can Kenya get back to that place? That is a question on the lips of most people, where we can say this is a stable democracy, long-lasting one. We don't know. But it's a time where Kenya has also deployed some of its police force in Haiti as well. So are they going to be calling them back? And are they making any impacts at all back there? It is all coming your way from Star Radio UK. Now, in reaction to that is what has happened in Kenya. In Ghana, the executive director of the International Development Economics Association, Charles Abugri, has called on the youth in the country to emulate their colleagues in Kenya in protesting over the poor economic conditions in the country. The East African country has been struggling to contain the marauding youth who have risen up against the introduction of an e-levy type of tax by the government. The protesters have on Tuesday, June 25, 2024, overrun the legislature, leaving many lawmakers stranded. Speaking at the Ghana Civil Society Forum 2024, Mr. Abugri questioned the quality of leadership the country has been enjoying. Now, forming new ways of mobilizing and getting their voices visible in the times that matter, they have been shown the way by the Kenyan youth. They have protested as bad as the Ghanaian taxation. They went on the street alone and are still fighting. They have occupied parliament and they have been consistent. The Ghanaian youth are also capable only if they act as citizens, not idiots. And if they collectively recognize that unless the country as a whole progresses, no single individual or clan progression can be sustainable. Can we also have a youth uprising? On his part, the UN resident coordinator Charles Abani questioned whether Ghana has indeed maximized the dividends of democracy, especially for the youth. Mr. Abani argued that the development of the country at best seems stagnant, with NDC and MPP constantly changing buttons of governance in an 8-year cycle. Executive Director for Starr Ghana Foundation, Alhaji Amidu Ibrahim Tanko, lamented over struggles by the CSOs to find space to be critical of policymakers. According to him, politicians constantly remind players in the civil society space that they have no constituencies whenever they become critical. How do we respond collectively to not just the problems but also the opportunities that are arising from what is happening within a space? Now, we have been very good at defeating external issues that have affected the civil peace and that affect our organization, the cleansing, funding, restrictive policies, and these are necessary to discuss, but we haven't spent enough time shining the light on ourselves. It goes further to say, what are we doing well? What are we not doing well? How do we strategize to become more inclusive? How do we strategize to become more effective? How do we strategize to become more credible and legitimate? Now, these days, whenever we make any point that the politicians don't like, they ask, where is your constituency? And who are you representing? And that has been used a lot to try and silence our society. So you come out to critique them or do anything of the sort, and they come out with that defense. So nobody voted for you, and so shush, whether we are doing whatever right or wrong. Meanwhile, those who voted for them can actually not see their noses from their faces, and therefore cannot actually look into it and scrutinize whatever thing that is going on. Ladies and gentlemen, it is Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station. But will you call Charles Abugre's statement careless talk, or what will you term it? Somebody will say, well, he's good. Why not? The Court of Appeal has struck out Kwabena Edujemfi alias Reverend Victor Kusi-Boateng's appeal seeking a reversal of the High Court dismissal of a contempt case against Samuel Kujatua Blakwa. The court has also awarded a cost of 3,000 Ghana cedis against the secretary to the board of the trustees of the National Cathedral over the failed attempts. The panel of three, chaired by Judicial Secretary Justice Cynthia Pamela A. Quarantine, said the grounds of appeal do not comply with the rules of the court as required. The panel, which also comprised Justice Efiasewa Sare Bochwe and Justice Kweku Teria Aka Boafo, also ruled that the impugned grounds of the appeal filed do not comply with the rules of appeal. The grounds of appeal, according to the panel, were incompetent and strike out. Well, it's quite an interesting one with everything that has gone on with that National Cathedral. Quite an interesting one, isn't it? But listeners, it's all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. We'll be bringing the program to close exactly at 12 o'clock because it's a Wednesday edition of the morning show. But I've got one other story to bring your way before we move from Ghana to other parts of the world. And this time round, it pertains to Saglemi. Now, state prosecutors from the Office of the Attorney General in the ongoing trial of Alhaji Collins Dauda, a former Minister of Water Resources, Works and Housing, have incurred the wrath of a presiding judge, Justice Ernest Owusu Dapar, over an attempted delay in the prosecuting the case. The prosecution has sought an adjournment for next week as its second witness, an officer of the ministry, was said to be traveling out of the jurisdiction for a national assignment. However, the court stated it will not tolerate any further delays in the ongoing trial, as had occurred when the first prosecution witness took the stand and was allowed to travel at will while in the witness box. Now, Justice N.S. Owusu-Dapa, a justice of the Court of Appeal, sitting as an additional High Court judge, warned, if you, that's the prosecution, don't want to prosecute, take the case from the court. The court expressed dissatisfaction with the prosecution led by Ms. Hilda Craig, a principal state attorney, over the request that their second witness, Eric Amankwa Jr., will be out of the jurisdiction for the entire next week. The principal state attorney explained that as an officer of the ministry, he had work scheduled to execute, and part of his duties require him to be out of the jurisdiction next week. But somebody say he could have deputized, right? Or send somebody to take his stead, right? But we're not doing that. But my question has been that now, if it is your, let's say your investment, your loans that you're going to take from a bank, whatever it is, whether it's local or international bank, and invested in a project like the Saglemi, and you say there are some baits that needed to have been added to it and it wasn't, what would you have done? Would you let those properties sit, waste away, or again, are you going to get your people or find a way to deal with it so that it will become habitable, so that you can be raking some of the monies back? I know the government is saying that, well, when it comes to drainage system, it's poor, so poor. Then the question that comes in again is that, do we always seek for value for money when government, various government, whether it's MPP, NDC, ACP, APC, PDP, whatever party they call themselves, whether they are actually seeking the interests of the state or the country or the nation when they are going into implementing such projects, or it is just their own personal economy, their own pockets that they more look at than other stuff. Because I just look at that and I see the pictures of those edifices, they're sitting there, and I ask myself, so what is going to happen to it? They say it's going to cost us so much to repair it. Do you mean that it's going to cost us what? But nobody's come out with proper figures. But that's what happens when it comes to Africa, where accountability. But well, the judges are saying that they better get a grip or take the case out. But Godfrey Dame. All right then, Starr Radio UK. We got 8 minutes to bring the program to a close. So let's crack on. Let's move on to other parts of the world. WikiLeaks found that Julian Assange has landed in Australia after walking free from a US court. He hugged his wife and father at the airport as a small group of supporters cheered his arrival. He pleaded guilty to one charge in the court in the Northern Mariana Island on Wednesday, bringing a years-long case to an end. Assange was pursued by U.S. prosecutors for publishing secret military information and feared a long sentence in a high-security U.S. prison. Now, last week, he signed a deal with the U.S. that will see him plead guilty to one charge instead of the 18 he was originally facing. So, well, he's done so. So, Assange left the UK on Monday after spending 5 years in prison fighting extradition to the US, but we know that he's landed in Australia, where he's now reunited with his father and his family, the wife and all the others. Well, that's a good one there. I hope that I don't think he will be, when you are bringing state secrets to him, he will be eyeing it. He won't, unless of course he wants to go and hide somewhere else. But listeners, it is Starr Radio UK. In other stories, still making the rounds this morning. A U.S. journalist is in court in Russia as a spy. I mean, that's what he's been charged for. For nearly 15 months, Ivan Gershovich has been locked away in Moscow jail. Today, the Wall Street Journal reporter went on trial 1,000 miles from the Russian capital, Yekaterinburg, the city where he was arrested on espionage charges, while on reporting a trip for the Wall Street Journal. We were among the group of media allowed into the courtroom to see him before the start of the proceedings at the Sverdlovsk Regional Courthouse. Now, head shaving and wearing check shirt and jeans, Mr. Gershovich stood in the metal and glass cage known as Russians' courtrooms as the aquarium. He smiled to cameras but made no comments there. Well. It's quite an interesting one, is it? So that's why I say that those who put their lives at stake, especially in places where we know that this cases, if you dare, if they get you, oh boy. Well, a judge has specially lifted a gag order on Donald Trump in his hush money case in New York, where he was found guilty of the falsifying prisoners' records last month. Now, Trump is now allowed to make public comments about the witnesses in the case and speak generally about jurors in his trial. Now, Justice John Merchant wrote in a ruling on Tuesday, the former president is still barred from speaking publicly about court staff, prosecutors, and their families. The identities of the jurors kept secret due to high-profile nature of the case. Trial will also remain protected, Justice Merchant has said. It is all coming your way from Starr Radio UK. Even when they didn't lift it, he was going on saying all sorts. Talk less now that they've lifted it. But in business, well, I can see a car before me, but German car making giant Volkswagen says it will invest up to $5 billion or 3.9 billion pounds in Tesla rival Rivian. Now, Rivian share jumped by almost 50% after the announcement. The tie-up comes as competition intensifies between the EV makers and Western countries' move to impose tariffs on Chinese imports. Now, under agreement, VW said it will initially invest $1 billion in the electric truck and SUV maker, with another $4 billion to be put into the company by 2026. Now, founded in 2009, Rivian has not yet posted a quarterly profit in the first 3 months of 2024. The company says a net loss of more than 1.4 billion is what they were facing. But VW, like other motor industry giants, had come under pressure from rivals like Tesla and China's bid BYD as it tried to make the shift from fossil fuel powered vehicles. Meanwhile, some EV startups have struggled to make headway in the highly competitive market, and as higher interest rates hit demand for big ticket purchases. The partnership will give VW immediate access to Rivian software, allowing the German car maker to use it in its cars. Now, motor industry giants like VW have also been facing growing competition from Chinese EV makers, electric vehicle makers, that's it, which have been expanding globally. Earlier this month, the European Union warned that it would raise tariffs on Chinese EV imports by as much as 38%. Officials from China and the EU have held talks ahead of the 4th July deadline. A month's long investigation by the European Commission found that Chinese EV companies had been unfairly subsidized. So if you like, you also subsidize the companies then, but you can't meet that competition. Alright then, it is all coming away from Starr Radio UK. It is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London. This is Starr. 2 minutes to the end of the program, but let's come here and let's look at a couple of stories and then we go away. The former Home Secretary, Suella Braverman, has said that she has 24-hour personal protection she was given while in government because of the threats and harassment she receives. On a recent trip to a supermarket, she said people called her a genocidal bleep in front of her children. The government announced 31 million budget for security for politicians in February. The extra money follows the murder of MPs Joe Cox in 2016 and Sir David Ames in 2021. For the first time, all election candidates now have access to panic alarms and a name please contact to liaise with on security matters. All requests for help are assessed by the Home Office within 24 hours, according to a government source. It comes as there is a growing sense of fear among politicians about violent attacks. Ms. Braverman speaking said that the incident of the supermarket was aggressive, abusive, and intimidatory and harassing, and she was followed to the checkouts. It's obviously about the issue to do with the Israel and Hamas, and a couple of people came very close up to me. They said, "Hey, this is Suella Braverman. You are a genocidal bleep." She said the people calling her names then phoned their friends to join in the abuse, but she was able to be insulted by her security, and the situation was diffused. Let me take a quick commercial break and I will be with you. Stay tuned. This is Starr Radio UK, and this is your favorite African and Caribbean radio station in London.
Hi guys, this is your friend Uruj from SendWave. SendWave is a money transfer app that is used by people all over the world to send money to their loved ones in Africa. With SendWave, you can send money to Ghana, Nigeria, Kenya, Uganda, and Tanzania. And the best part is, SendWave is absolutely commission-free. Our exchange rates are excellent. You can see for yourself by checking them out on our website. So how do you use SendWave? SendWave is an app that you can download onto your phone from the App Store or Google Play Store. The app is free to download. After downloading it, just open the app and enter your name, email, and phone number. That's it. You're good to go. Make sure you use the promo code SR, S for Star, R for Radio. This promo code will give you £5 free credit to send to Africa on your first transaction. Your money will be delivered to your recipient within seconds. Feel free to call me on 0749 7377 647 at any time. I'll be happy to tell you all about SendWave and help you in any way I can. Remember to use the promo code SR for £5 free credit. Medasse.
Hey, Charlie. You're on your way to Ghana. Boy, oh boy. You stressed out. Tired? Go, you're going to be resting. Okay, then let me recommend to you JN Mobile Spa in Accra, Ghana. Oh boy, JN Mobile Spa, they provide organic care in massage. Are you stressed? Do you need rejuvenating, etc.? For your facials, maybe exfoliating, firming, and lifting? Then contact JN Spa on 00233 244 941 002 or 00233 2006 06386, and they will be right there on time. JN Mobile Spa, your health and beauty needs at your doorstep. Well, welcome back to the program. This is Starr Radio UK, the final segment of the program this morning, where I bring you what is happening here in the UK, and then we can call it a day. So what have I got for you? Now, Senior Tory says politicians shouldn't bet on politics as gambling row deepens, and a man has been arrested over Westminster honey trap case. So I'm going to touch on those both stories, and then we'll bring the program to a close. A man has been arrested in connection with Westminster honey trap scandal. Now, police arrested a man on suspicion of harassment and offences under the Online Safety Act in London on Wednesday. Now, multiple victims were informed by the Metropolitan Police shortly afterwards. Now, earlier this year, a string of men, mostly working in politics, revealed that they had received unsolicited flirtatious WhatsApp messages from the people calling themselves Charlie or Abby. In some cases, explicit images were exchanged. Now, William Ragg, then an MP, resigned the Conservative whip after saying that he gave the phone numbers of the fellow MPs to a man he met on a dating app because he was scared. Listeners, this is Starr Radio UK. Now, let's move on. He was scared, but okay. Now, the final story. More politicians are being looked at for alleged betting on the general election. On Tuesday, it emerged that Gambling Commission was looking at a fit Conservative Russell George, a member of Welsh Parliament, for betting on the date. The commission is also investigating Kevin Craig, who was a Labour candidate in Suffolk, for betting on himself to lose. He says he made a stupid error. He was betting on himself to lose. Wow. The BBC Newsnight learns that up to 15 Conservative party candidates and officials are being looked at by the Gambling Commission. Meanwhile, Conservative Cabinet Minister Alistair Jack says he placed 3 bets on the election date in March and April, winning £100 with 1 bet, but broke no rules. Now later, we found out that the host of the debate between Rishi and Sunak, Keir Starmer tonight. If you want to join them on the BBC when they'll be hosting a debate between BBC will be hosting a debate between Rishi Sunak and Keir Starmer at 2015 BST. Yes, follow it very, very closely. But the campaign is going on. We got now 18 days more for the end of the whole campaign and everything that is going on. But what do you think is going to happen? Ladies and gentlemen, this is where I bring the program to a close for today. I want to say thank you very much for tuning in to join me. And I hope that you're going to enjoy your day. Those of you who love the lovely sunshine, why not? Enjoy it, yeah? Make hay while the sun shines, because pretty soon when the weather goes down or anything goes down, we will be wanting. But for now, let me say thank you very much and God bless you all. And until I come your way tomorrow with another edition of the morning show, it's been me, Archie, saying have a top of the day. Enjoy this music, a jazz tune from Aurora Jazz or Aurora Sax. Enjoy it.
This is Starr Radio.
This is Starr
UK.
Radio UK.
Thanks for listening. 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 Thanks for listening.
Thank you.